Scorpio. Welcome to Yellow Cardinal Tarot. My name is Carol, and this is your mid-month reading for April 2024. And so, Scorpio, we're going to be doing the Yellow Cardinal Cross. And I'm going to begin with asking Tarot for a card to find out what situation you're sitting in right now, just to get a peek at what your energy is like. You know, maybe you're sitting with some sort of conflict or struggle, trying to make a decision about something, dealing with some relationship issue, patterns showing up for you and you're needing some direction. And then number two, I'll try to get a bit more clarity, find out what's obscuring that issue you're sitting with. And then number three, we'll look at what you're consciously aware of in regards to this situation. And then number four, we're going to look at what you're unconsciously, I can't say aware of, because if it's unconscious, you're not aware of it. So I want to look at what's coming up in your shadow. Yeah, we're going to do some shadow work. So I want to look at what's coming up for your unconscious that is impacting this situation you're sitting with. Because let's face it, most of everything that we are dealing with in regards to, you know, our struggles, our issues, our relationships, it's affected by what's sitting in our shadow, and which is, you know, all the kind of the crap that we've inherited over the years of our childhood and our adolescence, and even sometimes it could be a generational trauma that some of us have, and everybody has trauma, you know, on a continuum. So shadow work, if you're not familiar with it, is what we're going to do, and in part four, and it is it's really a deep dive into our stuff. And if you're not familiar with that, I've left a video for you in my description box below, and it tells you a lot about, you know, how to do shadow work. And it, like I said, it's a deep dive into our stuff, and so you can have a look at that if you're interested. And then in 5, I'm going to look at what's needed for resolution for the situation you're in. Number 6, I'm going to look at, you know, what is the resolution, what's the understanding. All right, so I'm going to begin by using the Rider-Waite deck, and then I'm going to clarify that with smaller Radiant Rider-Waite deck, and then I'm going to pick an oracle card from the Sacred Creators Oracle by Chris-Anne. And yeah, so let's get started. Let's ask Tarot right now for a card for the issue, for the situation you're sitting in right now, Scorpio. That one came out nicely. The Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands. And let's ask for a clarifier for that, please. Position 2. Clarifier. Ooh, finally. Okay, the 10 of Pentacles here. And that's in reverse. I'll put that like that. Position number 3, what are you consciously aware of? One card, please. There's too many here. You're aware of a lot. Or maybe not, we'll see. Okay, that one fell out nicely. Ooh, they have the 10 of Swords. The 10 of Swords here. What's coming up in your unconscious to deal with? What's coming up from your shadow? 2 cards here. Oh, there's 2 here, so I'm going to put them in. And ask for another card to come out here. Oh, doesn't want to tell me. Oh, the Moon card came out. Number 5, what is needed for resolution? What is needed for resolution? The Sun card in reverse. And finally, What is the resolution or the understanding? 2 cards. I just want one. What is, okay, the 8 of Swords. The 8 of Swords here. Okay, so I'm going to clarify anything that I think needs clarifying with a smaller deck here. So let's begin with the situation you're sitting in right now, Scorpio. The Knight of Wands is the first. It's in reverse here. So the Knight of Wands, my knights in in all my suits. There's 4 knights, and my knights are all, I call them my freedom fighters. They are an adolescent part of us, and we all have parts. Like if you think about yourself, there's a part of me that wants to go, another part that says no, and I'm feeling a part of me wants to do this. Well, this is the part, if you think of an adolescent, the part that wants freedom. And I can't tell you how many people I've met that just wants freedom to live the life that they want to, that they think they want to live, but sometimes they're not quite sure what that life is, but they want freedom to do it. And this is what's going on with you. So you're sitting with a party right now that's fighting for freedom. A freedom, a Knight of Wands. So wands are fiery part of us. Wands want to be creative, right? And you'll find that wands are often in battle, in conflict, in a lot of these situations, because they are creative and they want to be creating, and wands are very authentic. And the freedom fighter, the knight in particular, wants to be authentic. That adolescent part of us wants to be able to take their life in the direction they want to go in, right? But your knight is reversed here. So you're sitting in a place where you can feel, and maybe you know what it is, that you want to take your life in a new direction. You want to do something new. There's something you've been thinking about. My nose is so itchy right now. There's something that you've been thinking about that you want to do for yourself. And it's blocked. It's blocked. Or you have a resistance to doing it because you're afraid. When this card comes up in reverse, a knight, when they want this freedom and they can't do it for some reason, it's because you're afraid, or if it's because it's blocked for some reason, you don't know why, like you can't do it. There's some anger underneath. Like think of an adolescent that's told, no, you can't do this. Anger and hopelessness will set in, right? And so maybe you're sitting in that position right now because this is in reverse. So maybe you're sitting with some anger underneath that you don't even know you have, or maybe your hopelessness, that you might be sitting in. And it's interesting because it's clarified by the 10 of Pentacles here. And let's take a really close look at the 10 of Pentacles, because what people miss about this card, so this is in reverse for you, but what people miss about this card is, first of all, it really speaks about generations. You have his grandfather here who has this really beautiful cloak on. It's actually got zodiac signs all over, but you can't really see it. So it's a really almost like this magical coat. And then you have his grandfather, and then you have these, maybe sons, or I don't know, his children here. They almost look like maybe his grandchildren that are right here. And then his great-great-grandchild child is right behind here with the dog. And so it looks like, some people call it the happy family card. Well, maybe though that's the 10 of Cups. But some people call this a family card. Well, this is definitely a generational card. It'll always get expressed at that in different decks as a generational card. But what people miss, and what always needs to be talked about, is this formation, this pattern here that this 10 of Pentacles is in. And it's a formation of the Kabbalistic tree of life, and it comes from the Jewish culture. And what it is a map. Each one of these little nodes here represent something. And you study it, and it's full of wisdom, and it talks about your roots and where you came from, right? And a lot of times when we study our roots and where we came from, it gives us a better explanation of who we are, because we inherit stuff from our lineage. We inherit stuff from our parents and their parents and so on and so forth, which where the generational part comes in. And this is a card that's in reverse. And so normally, because this is a healing channel for me, this is a healing channel. And because I believe that we're all on our healing journey, even though, you know, you may not think you are and you might have clicked off by now, but we're all on a healing journey. And this particular card tells me that there's a bit of generational trauma here coming up. You know, things that you've inherited from your lineage, and it is in reverse here. And so maybe there's an awareness, you don't have an awareness of it. Maybe there's a resistance to looking at it. Maybe you know about it, but a resistance to looking at it because it's blocked. And so you have two situations here where you're blocked, and one of them is, you know, this freedom to do what you want to do, and take your life in a new direction that's blocked. But then you have this generational trauma or something generational here. It could even mean like, you know, this could apply to some people where when you were a teenager, you wanted to do something. You wanted to take your life in a certain direction, or maybe you didn't even get a chance to do that because you had to follow in the footsteps of what your generations of, you know, people did in your family and what was down. And it was kind of like, it was like a career that was passed down to you. And sometimes it could be, you know, this is Pentacles. Sometimes it could be about, you know, it was the one that promised you a lot of money. And that's why, you know, it was hard to resist it. But there's this freedom here that's lying underneath this card now that wants freedom from what this Ten of Pentacles means to you. I've just described what it could be, whether it's generational trauma or sort of a job that you were forced to do for some reason, whether it was something that was handed down to you or was just, no, this is what you're going to do. No, you're meant to be a dentist. Because, you know, everyone else has been a dentist in this family or whatever, something like that, but you're kind of going, well, now you're going, well, it's not really what I was meant to be. You know, that's not what I want to do. I don't think so. And so there's a freedom. So it's like something's nudging you underneath here. So what is, what do you know consciously? Well, you have this going on this is the swords, a Ten of Swords. Every one of these swords right here is a belief system about yourself. It's contracts, family contracts, all of these things that you've inherited, and you have them in your head. You're stuck up in your head with them. And, you know, the Nine of Swords is the one where you can't sleep at night because you have all this spinning in your head. Well, it's gone beyond that now. It's at the 10. It's like you're done in now. So all of this belief systems, these family contracts, what you were told is really taking a toll on you. And I'm wondering if it has something to do with, something that you were made to do, but you didn't necessarily want to do it. Could be career-wise. It could be something else. I want clarification on the Ten of Swords, please. The Four of Cups is the first card, and the Four of Cups is about, so this is what you're aware of. Well, it looks like you're sitting in a position where, you know what? This is definitely you, where you're done in mentally, and it looks like emotionally you're done in too. It's like the universe wants to offer you another cup here. You know, let's go a little bit deeper, but you're like, no, I'm done with feeling. You're done. Oh, wow. You know what else I got for clarification for the Ten of Swords? The Ten of Swords. You're very much done. Whatever the situation is, your head can take no more. There's so much spinning that is going on in your head around this situation. But you're looking for some real freedom out of this, to get out of this. Wow. Sounds like you're in an extremely painful position, because when you have that much sword energy in your head, very, very painful. Now, we need to heal this, right? Because why do we need to heal this? Well, you need to get at these emotions or whatever's coming up from your unconscious, because that is going to give you so much clarity on what you need to do next. Because what's coming up in your unconscious is the Moon card. And the Moon card is, I mean, the unconscious is things that are hidden from us. There are things that are hidden from you. And the Moon card is about that. The Moon card is about our intuition. And so it is time for you now. You need guidance. And our intuition is our inner guidance. And it's time for you now to maybe get in touch with that, because there's something here that's hidden in your unconscious here. It's your intuition. Let's get some more clarification on it. Clarification for this Moon card right here. Well, the Two of Pentacles. You have a decision to make. In fact, like here's this, but it's really blocked. You know, this is a juggler that's very ungrounded right here, has a decision to make, but it's just blocked. I'm wondering how your intuition must be blocked as well, because you need to get in touch with your intuition. I'm going to pull one more card here. A bit more clarification for this, what's coming up in the unconscious. One more card, please. Almost wanted to come out. Ooh, the King of Pentacles. All right. Okay. So the King is the masculine part of us. The King's our ego. We all have a masculine part and we have a feminine part. It doesn't matter what gender you are. In my deck, the King of Pentacles is all about our ego. And the King of Pentacles is, you know, in a grounded position, would be very much in touch with their body, getting in touch with their emotions and feeling and becoming very grounded. So I'm seeing here that you are in a very ungrounded state. Your ego is telling you that, you know, this grounding stuff, this getting in touch with your emotions and this healing stuff and this intuition that you have, it's a gift you have that's sitting in your shadow. It's a gift. Your intuition is your inner guidance. It's a feminine gift that we all have. There's a lot of your ego is really, because you're so much in your head, up in your head with these belief systems and these swords that have given you so much trouble. It's impossible for you to ever get in touch with your intuition when you're sitting in that place, because your intuition is something that's, you know, it's buried really deep. It's in your body. It's a feminine part of us, right? And it's a deep knowing. It's a deep guidance. But it's blocked by your ego. It's blocked by all this mental energy you have going on. And so there is a real need for you I can see to really get in touch, you know, to get out of your head and into your body, to start to live from your body and not your head. What's the resolution that's needed here? You know, the Sun is in reverse. The Sun card in an upright position is that childhood joy. And it's not like, you know, put on the smiley face and be happy. It's like, what would bring you true joy? Like, what is it? Let's go back to your issue that you're sitting in, where you want this freedom, this knight right here who wants the freedom to do what he wants to do, which I feel is blocked because of something generational. So you at this point don't even know what it is, or not even able to consider that there is something out there that would bring you joy at this point. It's passion. It's blocked. But it's understandable why it's blocked, because you have so much mental energy going on right now. I want another card for the Sun about your joy, about your passion, about what you would like to do being blocked. Wow. Well, the Death card comes in. And what's needed for resolution in order, for you to get at this, to start turning this card upright, to find out, what would bring me joy? What is it I want to do? I know I want freedom to do something else. I have no clue. And I'm stuck up in my head. The Death card comes out. And the Death card is, this skeleton here walking and trampling through all these dead things, dead people. And this card comes out when it says, there are some things or people that you need to let go of. And I think, sometimes it can be people that are really close to us, people that have caused these swords. You have two ten of swords cards. I clarified it, 10 of swords with a 10 of swords. Like, who has caused you this pain? Where has this pain coming from? Generational trauma. Where's it come from? And sometimes we need to take a step back from these people. Sometimes we need to go no contact with these people. And this is a general reading. And so what people in your life right now, or things in your life, you need to let go of in order for you to start to turn this card around. Because when you are surrounded by people who are not validating, who are not supporting you, who are the ones that have put those swords there in the first place, it's really, really difficult to heal. Really, really difficult to heal. Because you're going to be re-traumatized and triggered by these people all the time. And so there are some people or some things that need to go in your life. And it's a general reading, so you need to apply that the way you want to apply it. You have the 8 of Swords right now for the resolution. More swords. And you're in a horrible situation, Scorpio, right now. So much pain up in your head, spinning. And you're in a situation, and I can feel it. It's very tense. I can almost feel my chest kind of going, wow, this is a lot of swords. A lot of swords. Very heavy energy. You're feeling like there's no way out. You see no way out. You have a blindfold on. You are so much in your head, up in your head. You see no way out. And you are probably surrounded by people that you need to let go of. Things that you need to let go of. And you're seeing absolutely no way out. You're feeling quite trapped. I'm going to use that word. You're feeling quite trapped and you see no way out. But, do you see that water on her feet? It's like the start of these emotions that want to move here. They're a bit stagnant right now, but they're at least here. Take your blindfold away. You can't take it off, but you certainly can step away. You can walk away. Walk away. You can walk away. That Death card says some people need to go. Things need to go. You can walk away. You can take yourself away from that situation. There is a way out. One card, please. I got the Nine of Wands, you know. Well, the Nine of Wands is a card about here an individual that's just, you know, been through battle. It looks like you've been through battle with the Eight of Swords as well. He's been through some real battle here. And he has his own, he's got a blindfold on, but it's on his head here. It's a bandage, actually. He's moved it up. He can see. He can see that he's been through some real shit here, you know. And it looks like because he's been through some real shit and he doesn't want to take anymore, he's set up some boundaries for himself. He's set up some boundaries. And so the last little word of advice here from the tarot is, you know, it's time to set some boundaries in your life. It's time to put you first and set some boundaries. People gotta go. Things gotta go. It's time for you. It's time for you. And so that was a heavy, heavy reading, but I think you got the message. I'm going to pull a card from the Sacred Creators Oracle from Chris Ann as a final message for you, Scorpio, for mid-month. Got a couple here. Well, I've got three. I'll take the top one. You got the balance card. Oh, in balance, number 14. In balance, number 14. Okay. Ever elusive balance. You could drive yourself a little nutty chasing the perfect ratio of work, home, health, family, social life, hobbies, and woo time. And it's okay not to strive for such a compulsive perfection. Sometimes chilling way the bleep out is exactly what's needed to usher in some desperately needed balance. I agree. There's some balance that's really needed here. Then again, you may be so complacent that your heart is begging for a healthier mix. And if there is you, and you'll know it when it is, then the universe requires more consistent energy from you in order to deliver your dreams. Regardless of your situation, if you're feeling misaligned and out of whack, which I think we have established, it's time to come back to center. Look for solutions in situations that feel grounded and calming. Avoid anything that will tip the scales and suck way too much of your energy, time, or money, or that will provide you with too much lazing around time. And actively seek the moderation of tasks and time. Step away from drastic and excessive and any imbalances that just don't feel right. Consistent introspection to see where you're lacking and where you're leaking energy will guide you to the middle ground that's required right now. Find long-term success through a measured blending of strengths, productivity, and stillness. Wow. That is so true. Like, just to seek that middle balance, right? It's got to be about you. And to get to that balance, you've got to start putting up some boundaries around yourself. Right? It's time to put some boundaries up. Take care, Scorpio. I'll leave you with my reading that I made for April for you. And I'll see you next month. Bye-bye.